Hello, it's a crap goth. My name is Pixie and welcome to my channel of randomness where you never know what you're going to get. Today is a super quick update video on the DVLA and mental health. So stay tuned if you want to find out what that is about. Hello! Okay, so for those of you who are new to the channel who have got no idea what on earth is going on, so my name's Pixie and I am a mental health sufferer. I am in a working diagnosis of schizophrenia, I've got PTSD, severe anxiety, just lots of stuff. I'm basically a little bit mental. And so there's a lot of stuff that's been going on recently. I lost my little boy last year, which was obviously a huge thing to happen in my life. I was, say, coping, not at all, really not at all, openly not coping. But I have been working my arse off to try and keep both YouTube channels going because he was a YouTuber as well. I will put the link in the description of this video. So basically, long story short is the fact that despite the fact I lost my little boy, which was extremely traumatic because he was also in palliative care for quite a long time as well. So obviously it was a long ongoing issue. I have a CPN, which is a community psychiatric nurse. I do have a psychiatrist. I see GPs every now and then. Not really anything to do with mental health though, to be fair. No, I am not on any medication apart from diazepam. I have been prescribed antipsychotics if I want to take them. It is not a necessary. It's what's called a PRN. So that's one of those drugs where, you know, if and when you need it, it's there in the cupboard. So, and I choose not to because I don't really like taking, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't take drugs. I don't really like that kind of thing. If I needed it, absolutely needed it, then my team would step in. Basically what happened was I sent off to the DVLA, this is last year, going back ages ago, sent off to the DVLA to have a photo card replacement. Because I passed my test in 2012, I've been driving with no issues at all with this mental health issue for many years. No issues at all. And basically I have had my dreadlocks cut off. I had dreadlocks down to my arse, well my knees actually, and I've had a lot more facial tattoos. So I decided it was time to update my photo card licence. So off my own back, wasn't requested to, sent off all the forms. Now on this form it says, do you have any medical conditions? So when I passed my test in 2012, I was having periods of psychosis. That's what it was called. I do that loosely because that's what it was called then. I was also in a very abusive relationship, so both mentally and everything else. So, but that's another thing. But so I wasn't coping very well then, and you know it was just really difficult. I had a very poorly little boy as well with a heart condition, so there's a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, so I didn't have any kind of diagnosis of schizophrenia, despite the fact I have been hearing voices since I was little. So basically, that wasn't really relevant then. So obviously now it's more updated. So I put on the form, to be honest, yes, I suffer from a working diagnosis of schizophrenia. Because I asked my CPN at the time, should I do it? And that's what she said to do. So I did. I was completely honest. Didn't hear anything for months. And I am talking months for a simple photo card review. Then months and months later, I get this letter at home saying, we need to contact your GP about your medical history. Fair enough, don't have an issue with that. Waited again, nothing for weeks on end at all. Tried to contact the DVLA. If you've tried to contact the DVLA, it is honestly, it is like squeezing blood from a stone. You can't get hold of them. They don't answer the fucking phone ever, like ever. Morning, noon, night, don't matter what day of the week it is, they will not answer the phones. And I've been trying through this, this is the medical line. I don't know about the other one. They will not answer the phones at all. It just comes up with some automated thing saying, we're so busy, sorry about that, we can't take your call right now due to high call volumes, whatever it is, I don't know, I'm stuttering like a knobhead. But basically, they won't answer the phone. So, had to wait for ages, and then, as it happens, in between that period, I had an emotional breakdown. And that consisted of me deciding I could no longer cope with life without my little boy. And I just kind of wanted to be with him. I had no intentions on going out and ending my life. But I had the thoughts. The thoughts were definitely there. So I got in my car and I had a little drive out. And I had a cry. I parked up. I played Pokemon in the co-op car park. And I came back home again. And there's just lots of stuff happened. So basically my CPN came out the next day and I told her my thoughts, which were very intrusive. It was very horrible. I was just crying my eyes out, couldn't cope with that KORI. And basically something I said was then logged in a report and got taken out of context, and the DVLA unfortunately decided to submit another set of forms to the GPs, and it is just as that happened. So had they done it a day before, I'd have been absolutely fine. So the GP put on this form that I was having these thoughts and sent it through to the DVLA. At no point did the GP say, I can't drive. The DVLA decided off their own back that I couldn't drive, so they were going to put me on a 3-month ban, which pissed me off immensely because there was no reason why I couldn't drive at all. Now, in this time, I decided to also admit myself as a voluntary inpatient for 5 days into a psychiatric unit. I didn't receive any treatment there at all. It was literally more like a respite thing. It was actually awful. And I came home just as bad as I went in anyway, but not a danger to myself or other people, anything else. And it just got worse from there. So basically, I had received this 3-month ban. I then went to the GP and asked them why they put down on the forms I couldn't drive, and they actually said we didn't. We just said what had happened. So she then wrote a lovely supporting letter for me, basically saying, look, dear DVLA, basically went into all this stuff about what happened in my past, the fact that it was more detrimental to my mental health to not be able to drive because it gives me a sense of freedom, means I can help my family, it means I can go to the cemetery to see my little boy, and it also means I can get in my car and drive to meet my support worker. And basically she was this huge advocate for me having my driving licence back and said medically there was no reason at all why I shouldn't be driving. Also, she said to me that she would send off, which she did do, she sent that in a letter form and an email to the DVLA. So it was like a matter of urgency to give me back my licence because there was no reason at all for me not to be driving. None at all. Also, the psych teams have also backed me up and they've also written letters too. Now, last week, this is after the doctor's letter's already gone out to the DVLA, I received a letter from the DVLA again. This time, I got my letter thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be able to drive again. Opened it up to find not only had they not given me back my licence, they have revoked it completely, like taken it away. I no longer hold a UK driving licence and I can either go to the Court of Appeal. Now, you cannot get legal aid for anything to do with the DVLA. So you have to be responsible for your own court costs. Now, I am in a position where I'm on benefits and my husband is on statutory sick pay at work, which is due to end very, very soon. So we are a low income family, we really are. So we cannot afford solicitors and stuff. So I'd have to self-represent in court, which I'm a bumbling, stuttering mess most of the time anyway, but I don't have an issue with that. I have an issue with the fact emotionally I don't think that I could cope with going into a court again because of my past, which was, again, not my fault. Abusive relationship, all that kind of stuff was horrible. There was a lot of court involved. So I don't think I could do it, and I don't think I should have to. So they have decided, without me being assessed or being seen or being spoken to by anybody from the DVLA, going against all medical advice, that they have taken away my driving licence and that I either have to appeal in court or I have to apply for my provisional and start again. What the actual fuck? So I couldn't believe it. I mean, I burst into tears. I was really, really upset, absolutely devastated. So I have contacted the doctors and I have now got a printed copy of the letter, which is literally in front of me. Obviously, I'm not going to show it for personal reasons, backing me up completely. So I've got a copy of that. I've also got a letter written by my community psychiatric nurse, my CPN, in front of me as well. And I've got a 5-page letter, which I have written to the DVLA. Obviously, it's got like, there's lots of stuff in it here, basically. It's a 5-page letter explaining everything. Exactly everything which is going on, basically. 2 secs, because someone's just knocked on the door. You can always guarantee that when you're filming in the middle of the day, the doorbell's going to go, the phone's going to ring or something else. I don't even know where I was now. I think I was at the fact of, they've taken my bloody licence off me for mental health reasons. It's wrong. Anyway, so I've written this 5-page letter. I've got 2 supporting medical letters, and I've got to write to some place, I don't know, the DVLA, I don't even know where it is now, the letter's here somewhere, I don't know. Basically, it's like an appeals place, basically. You've got to like basically say, you're wrong, why did you take my licence off me? This is my supporting evidence. So it's things that you can't really put on your driving licence form. It's a bit like a, additional extras kind of, extra information. I'm just gabbling now because I'm pissed off. So basically, I put a thing out on Facebook because I talk a lot on my Facebook page, which is the Crap Goth as well. A lot of people give me advice on there. We go and have a chat, we have a laugh, we have a moan, whatever. And I put up a thing about it this morning that, this is what's happening. The fact I'm going to stand up and fight them on this because there is so much stigma around mental health still, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I understand it if you've got a long-standing medical condition, that for safety reasons, if you're not supposed to be driving, you don't drive. Now, if I was in a flare-up of schizophrenia or whatever, I wouldn't drive. I know when things are going to happen. I can feel them coming on, and I don't drive. I literally don't. My husband does all the driving then, because he's also insured on my car. So it's not as though I'm putting anyone in any danger at all. So basically, I am now got to sit back and wait. Well, I'm going to post this letter this afternoon and then wait to see if they're going to overturn the decision. I'm going to fight for all of those people because I've been online, like I said, on Facebook and also on YouTube. And it turns out this is not just a UK problem. This is a worldwide problem where people are stigmatized for their mental health, and you get categorized. So for example, here is Pixie. We don't know her at all. We've never met Pixie. Here's Pixie. She's just a number, but she's got schizophrenia. So, oh my God, that must mean she's bad. So they actually have me down on their paperwork as having a I'm not having a schizophrenia, of having a psychotic illness is the reason I couldn't drive. Now, I'm not being funny, but yeah, I might have a psychiatric illness, sorry. I might have that, yeah, but it wasn't that, which is the reason I ended up in the hospital. It was for the fact I've lost my little boy, I've had no grief counselling, I'm doing it on my own. So I think I'm being penalised. And something that somebody said on today on Facebook made me add this to the letter. And that was, due to medical evidence supporting me, I feel the DVLA may be in breach of the Disability Discrimination Act. And that is pretty serious. So yeah, basically just a really quick update just to let you guys know that I'm going to fight the DVLA on this. And have you had any similar experiences? Because I think this is absolutely disgusting. To not be assessed at all by anybody, nobody at all, and then to go against medical evidence that you have in front of you saying this person can drive, give them back their licence, and then to choose to take it away altogether for no reason at all, which is valid, I think is disgusting. And a lot of people don't have this platform, so they won't be able to speak out. A lot of people will not have the strength emotionally, physically or financially to go and appeal in court. Now, financially, I can't afford it. If I lose against the DVLA, not only do I have my own court cost to pay, but I might have to pay for the DVLA law costs as well. So just be aware of that as well, because obviously if you lose, you can end up in a lot of debt, which I can't afford to do it, but I don't intend to lose. I don't intend to go to court, but if I have to, I will fight for myself. So I'll keep you all updated as to what happens. It might be weeks before we hear anything back. The DVLA are well known for taking the time on everything. But on this instance, I have got nothing stopping me from driving at all. It's ridiculous. I've got medical backing, and yet they're still taking it upon themselves to make decisions like this. And I think it is discrimination, 100%. And if any of you guys have had similar kind of experiences, please do comment down below, because it'd be interesting to know what you did about it, or the processes you're going through. Have you done what I'm doing now, and what was your outcome? I could love to know. So please do comment down below. Get in touch with me via Facebook. Like I said, I'm always ready for a chat. It'd be really nice to hear from you guys. But I think it's absolutely disgusting the way people are treated, not just in the UK, like I said, it's around the world. And we should not be punished because we've got mental health issues. And not every illness is the same, which I was on about the categorisation before. You know, just because one person's got bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD, whatever, does not mean that that one person's experience is going to be the same as somebody else's. Like, well, how you suffer will not be the same as how somebody else suffers. So you cannot categorise people. You cannot say, because one person's had this experience and they couldn't drive, this person's the same. It doesn't work that way. Every single person is different. So it needs to stop. It's bullying and it is discrimination, and I think it needs to stop. So yeah, if you want to find out what happens, please do stay tuned to this channel. If you can like and subscribe, that'd be absolutely fantastic, because it really does help me as well. We do lots of stuff on this channel, not just ranting things about government and DVLA and stuff. I do unboxing videos and dares and messing around as well. So it is literally a channel of random stuff. You never know what's going to happen on it. But today is just a pissed off mental health video, because I think it's wrong, and other people should not be treated this way either. So yeah, fingers crossed we get something done. The next time I hear back from them, whether it's positive or negative, I will let you know. But I have full intentions that if they do not give me my licence back, I'm going to go public. I'm going to go to the press, and I'm not going to be quiet about it. I'll be polite, but I won't be quiet, because it's wrong. Absolutely wrong. So yeah, fingers crossed we get something done, and I'll let you all know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. This bumbling, stuttering idiot who can't speak. I can drive, but I can't speak. All right, see you later. Bye. you.